Okay, you are welcome once again to the first lesson, and that is manipulating multiple choice test data. If you were with us in the previous class that we have held, which we have held so many times, you would have known, or you would have already become familiar with the processes of uh, bringing data into SPSS space. However, and then of course you will also be familiar with what it takes to prepare data in SPSS. The data that I already have sent to you through your email are already prepared, so we're not going to take time to explain how to prepare data. That is for the basic course, which we have already taken care of. Now I will only just go to my files and call up data for multiple response, multiple choice, which you see I have titled practice data for scoring. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and prompt the computer to open this particular data. I believe by now it should have been opened. This data have been prepared, this data has been cleaned, so the issue of preparation and cleaning has been taken care of. But eventually you want to just take a quick you want to quickly take a look at the kind of data we have. You will just go to, you click on analyze, you click on descriptive statistics, and you select frequencies. Now it will give you this dialog box. You go ahead and flip open and move all the items. There are only 20 items, as you can see, 1 to 20, and there are 500 respondents. If you just want to take a quick survey of the kind of data you have, you click OK. Let me boost this a little bit so that you can take a look. You can see that this is an objective test where there are 5 options, and actually the respondents at one time or the other skipped certain items. They didn't provide any response, and the computer left that space blank, and we have filled it with X. So anywhere you see the mark X, it indicates that there was a space left by the respondent or the test taker. So for a quick data cleaning, we do not have any missing data, neither do we have any outlier. Of course, the only outlier we would have had is X, and X was imputed deliberately. So that means our data is in the right track. So now let's go back to our data set. Here is our data set. We are going to practice how to score data. What does this mean? Where you have a very large number of students, maybe you work for an examination agency like the West African Examination Council or Kenyan Examinations Council, or in the case of Nigeria, Nigerian Examinations Council. National Examinations Council. That's what we call that of Nigeria. Now, they have candidates that sit for examination at the, for instance, at the senior school level, which we call the senior school certificate examination. Oftentimes they have over 1 million candidates sitting for a particular subject, highly subscribed 4 subjects like English language, mathematics, and civics education. These are core courses, core subjects in Nigerian curriculum, and every candidate passing through the senior school curriculum is expected to take them compulsorily. So at each time examinations are taken, you have not less than 1 million candidates sitting for these 3 subjects I have mentioned. Now, if that happens, you discover that it becomes very cumbersome for you to score the candidates that have taken the exams by hand, yes, it becomes very difficult for you to score the candidates that have taken the examination by hand. So a particular computer system is or program is developed, and the sheet of paper on which the candidates have made their responses, or that they have used to provide answers to the questions they were asked, often referred to as OMR sheet. OMR means optical mark reader. Now there's a computer, a scanner that has been designed, which has the capacity or the capability to read off a lot of information from that sheet. It reads the candidate's registration number, and of course is able to identify the examination center, meaning the students or the candidate's school, and then it's able to read which subject, the subject that the candidate has taken, and again it's able to read the responses that the pupil or candidates has provided for the answers that, for the questions that he was asked. Then of course you automatically have 1 million candidates. Now, like I told you in the beginning of this, we have only about 500 candidates in this test, just to demonstrate, or 499. Okay, so in that case you would have had 1 million or more candidates. So to scroll through 1 million would have been a very tasking activity to do. So because it is difficult to score by hand, you have to use a program like SPSS to perform the scoring, while the computer provides you with the responses, just like as we have it right now. I wouldn't know which subject is this, but we only just hypothetically produce this data for the purpose of this training, so that you can learn how to score multiple tests, how to score a multiple test using SPSS. I believe it is not only SPSS that you can use to do this. You can use other programs as well. All right. Now, when you have it in this form, you may simply just a minute. Let me make sure I duplicate this file so that I will not make a mess of what we already have. Okay. Let me quickly come in here. Data for scoring. Let me duplicate it. I like to duplicate it so that after this demonstration, I will still have the data in place to use for another purpose another time, especially because it takes a lot of time to clean a data such as this one. So I'll just go ahead to click on copy and again wait to paste, and the computer has created a second copy. So I'm going to just go ahead and reopen I'm going to go ahead and open that file. The computer takes a bit of time to open, so let me say open. SPSS, we just go ahead and open that file. Don't mind me, my computer is a little bit sluggish. It has been put to use since morning. I've been trying to put one or two things together in preparation for the activities I'm going to have. So oh, thank you. The data is now open. We're now going to just perform scoring of this data. How do I do that? Click on transform and you have a menu displayed. Then I select from that menu recode into same variable. Recode into same variable. Now take note also that you would also be provided with the keys, meaning the right responses of the right responses of the questions that were asked by the examiner or the examining body. So here I already have what I have called keys, and then I'm going to just click on that to open it up quickly. While that is preparing to open, you will take a sheet of paper and write out the keys A, B, C, D, E. Okay, in that paper you are going to indicate how many questions are having A as a key. Please take a look at this cell sheet that is opened. Number 1 is a D question, so you write number 1 in front of D. Number 2 is a B question, that's number 2. Number 3, number 4 is under C, so you write number 4 in front of C. Number 5 is a B, you write it for B. Number 6 is a D, number 6. Number 7 is an E, 7, that's the first. Number 8 is D. Number 9 is a C. Number 10 is a C. Number 10 is a C. Number 11 is a D. The answer to number 11 is D, so you write number 11 in front of D. Number 12, the answer to it is C. Number 13, the answer to it is D. Number 14 is A, that is the first. Number 15 is E, so you write 15 in front of E. 16 is C. 17, the answer to it is D, you write 17. Then 18 is E. 18 is E. Alright, 19 is D, write 19, and 20 is D, write 19, you write 20. Okay, so with this piece of paper in your hand, you return back to SPSS where we were. Take note which questions you are now to select, which questions are having the same key starting from A. So far in this test, only number 14 has the key A, so you are moving only number 14 into the variables box, and then you come over to old values. Old value, you will put A here, sorry, capital letter A. Alright, capital letter A. New value will be 1. That means it's anybody that answer A has called it correct, so you click on add. Then you put, it means that every other response B are all zeros. B is 0, C is 0. Okay, score. And then D is 0. You add E is 0. You add, and don't forget we have X. X is 0, and then you add. When you click on continue, question number 14 has been taken care of. So when I click on OK here now, and then if you go down, you will see that question number 14 is no longer having letters. What it now has is ones and zeros. That means you have scored A. Then I will go ahead and score B. I click on transform again, recode into same variables, and then for question for the question whose key is B, I have number 2. Please, I will return 14. Well, even if you leave it in place, let's assume I even leave it in place. No, I have to bring it out. Then you pick question number 2, question number 3, question number 5, and move them in. Old values and new values, you click, it will bring you here. It makes it easier for you now. All you only simply need to do is to change the values. So A now will be changed to 0, and then you click change. Then B will now be the only one that we have 1, and you click change. Then you click continue and you click OK. Alright, all the questions whose as you can see have already been scored. Even if there are 1 million candidates, this is how the scoring is done. Now I'm going to the questions whose response is C. Click on transform, click on transform, click on transform, click on record into same variables. Now remember to return all these guys, return them to their old position. Then we're scoring C now. Question 4 is a C. Question 9, the answer to question 9 is C. Question 10, answer to it is C. Question 12, the answer to it is also C. Question 16, the answer to it is C. Then click on old and new values, pick out of course you will change B now to 0. Click on change, then pick out C and change the value to 1. Click change, click continue, click OK. Your answers have been provided, even if you don't want to check. Now we'll go ahead and continue. Click on transform, record into same variables, return the former value numbers back into the list. Now we're scoring for D. So number 1, question number 1 is a D. Question number 6, the answer to it is D. Question 8 is D. Question 11 is D. Question 13 is D. Question 17 is D. Question 19 is D. Question 20 is D. Then you go to old and new values. Make sure that your C is returned to 0 by clicking on that and selecting change. Click on D and then assign 1 to it. Click on change, click on continue, click on OK, and then your numbers have been scored. Then we are now going to E now. Alright, so click on transform, click on record into same variables, and bring the former ones back into place. And then of course the question whose answer is E, question number 7, question number 15. Alright, question number 18. Move them in. Old and new values, move D now, return it to 0, and then click on change, then click on E, change 0 to 1, and then click on change, click on continue, click on OK. My dear friends, if you go through now all the items, you are not going to see any letter anymore. You are only going to see zeros and ones. Okay, assuming you want to assign values, you could just say that 1 means right or correct response, correct. response. You click on add, and 0 means wrong response. Alright, you click on add. When you click on OK, that will be implemented. You can easily copy this and spread it across values.